good morning, loves. It is yours truly, Dr. K, and it is Wisdom Wednesday. So come on in, come on in, come on in, wherever you are. And as you're chiming in, go ahead and do us a favor. Let us know where you are tuning in from. So good morning, good morning, good morning. I see some of our friends already jumping on. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Good morning, Mom. Good morning. Blessings to you as well. Good morning, good morning. Wherever you are tuning in from, go ahead and like and share for us and tell us where are you? Are you in Atlanta? Are you in Miami? Are you in Ohio? Are you in New York, Arizona? Where are you? Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is yours truly, Dr. K. And I am so excited about Wisdom Wednesday. It's one of our favorite segments. And as you guys know, this year we're kind of changing it up a little bit on Freedom by Design Live with Dr. K. We are going to do Monday, Motivation Monday, and Freedom Friday every week. Wisdom Wednesday, we will be doing once, maybe twice a month, because we want to bring those special guests in. And sometimes we'll even have people who will join in with us on Motivation Monday or Freedom Friday. So good morning, good morning. I see Miami in the house. I see Hodgson, Georgia in the house, Ohio, Atlanta. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. I am Dr. K. If you have been invited here, we do this every Monday, alternate Wednesdays, but every Friday. So Motivation Monday, Wisdom Wednesday, and Freedom Friday. And the premise of Wisdom Wednesday is for us to be able to share with other brothers and sisters and just see how God is moving in their lives, see what great things he is doing. Because you know what? We want a fellowship. We want to be able to share. It's not boasting when we talk about God's goodness. And on today, I'm excited because I have a beautiful soul and spirit with me. She is somebody that I actually grew up with, guys, all the way from Miami, Florida. Okay, I see North Carolina in the house. North Carolina is in the house. Guys, this young lady, I actually ran track with her when I was a little girl, and she was super fast. I always aspired to run as fast as her, but her whole family was real fast, and they were always real sweet. So I'm going to bring on my childhood friend, my graduating classmate, my friend from my neighborhood, and she even is a hairstylist, and y'all have seen my hair as of late when I took it out and I started wearing it. She has been doing my hair, so she is a beautiful spirit all around and a woman of God. Let's not forget. So help me welcome to Freedom by Design Love, my sister, Mrs. Sherry Chester. I'm like Kendrick, Lord.
Sherry, how are you?
Girl, I'm good. I'm good. I gotta get your name right because I got so many names going in my brain. I want to say the new name. I want to say the old name. Girl,
Correct.
it's all in there. So how you doing, my sister?
I'm doing great, and thank you for inviting me.
Yes, I'm so excited to have you on Wisdom Wednesday, and I'm excited that we even were able to connect because and Shanita, I said her name wrong. Let me bring it up so y'all can see my sister's name, and we're gonna clear up all this name stuff in a minute.
Correct.
So her maiden name is Sherry Chester.
Correct.
What's your current name today?
My current name is Sherry Mike. So I
All
have
right.
been reconnected with my love uh, this past Thanksgiving weekend. So it's Sherry Mike now.
All right, so I'm just gonna type it in there. Congrats, because she is
Thank
now
you.
Mrs. Sherry Mike. So the reason that we went ahead and put Sherry Chester on the flyer is because everybody kind of knows us and remembers us by our maiden name, especially if y'all grew up in Miami like we did. They call you by your whole name,
Correct.
and they're gonna say Trina King. They're gonna say Sherry Chester. They're not just gonna say Sherry. It's gonna be like your whole. Like, do you have to say my whole name? Do everybody need to know? So yes, congratulations to her. She is a
Thank
whole
you.
newlywed
Thank you.
girl.
Thank you.
Won't God do it?
Yes, he will.
Indeed, indeed. Sherry, I remember being on Instagram when I first noticed that you were here in Atlanta, and I started seeing your posts on IG about hair and things of that nature. And who knew that we would be able to align and just start having conversation. But
Sure.
tell us, how'd you end up from Miami? How'd you end up in Georgia? What was that transition?
Well, of course, like you said, I'm actually originally from Miami. I got married before, and I moved to Port St. Lucie.
Okay.
And then that transition from Port St. Lucie to Atlanta came from through a divorce. Wanted to relocate and start afresh, start anew. And, God just took me every step of the way through that process. It was difficult, but I made it through just like we make it through everything else with God. Um, and I moved here in McDonough area maybe about 7 years ago. And like I said, it's just been, ongoing with God, and He brought me through that situation and brought me to this new situation or relationship, and it's just been a blessing, and it's just been, just wonderful just to take that next step.
Amen. Hey, I see somebody, one of our classmates, Sabrina Darling. She's like, OMG, it's so good seeing you too.
Here.
So Sherry, I heard you say something, and me and you have talked. So
Correct.
our paths are a little bit similar. So I too, I'm married, of course, to Frank, who is our high school classmate, but I was divorced too. And moving on and shifting. And I heard you say you transitioned as a result of that up here to Atlanta. How did you know Atlanta was where you were supposed to come to? How'd you know that it was supposed to? Because I know them steps was ordered. You don't move without it.
Correct. Well, I have a lot of family. My dad's side of the family lives here in Atlanta. But myself and my ex, we actually bought a house in Conyers before the divorce. And it's just been a place where I always felt warm and welcomed. And that was the first place that came to me after, I went through that situation. That was the first thing or the first place that came to me. So I was like, Atlanta it is. So I had family around me. Of course, I always know I have family back in Florida. So I was just in that great place to start over.
All right, all right. Yeah, Sabrina taking us back to Richmond Park with Coach Cool. I have not heard that name in a whole minute, girl. Come on now. So tell us about what's been going on and how God has been moving, because I know that you have a nice salon and you have a thriving business up here in Atlanta. Things are going well. Newlywed. So I don't know which way we're going to go first, because that newlywed situation, I think I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that.
Okay, well, let's talk about that. I know a lot of my friends, because I really haven't broadcasted my marriage yet. We were actually supposed to have a ceremony, so that'll be coming up, real soon. But when I first moved up here, my cousin, Charles Chester, he was a big influence on my move here. And, at first, when I first moved up here, he was like, cuz, you just got out your divorce, just have friends and, just date and just take it slow. Don't jump into anything, fast or new just yet. Just, feel yourself around Atlanta and, get familiar. And that's pretty much what I did. I used to work for the franchise of Napa, and doing that particular work when I was actually trying to build, with my clientele. I did that, and that's where I met my current husband. And I was actually on a delivery for them, and he saw me, I saw him, and it just went from there. He told me that the first time that he saw me, at that location, that God told him I was the one.
Come on now.
So I was like, okay, this is promising. But I knew that he was the one when we were in the dating phase. And the very first time he prayed for me.
Come on.
He prayed for, my mom, my sisters. I mean, not only just me, but he prayed for everyone in my circle, my friends, everyone. And at that moment, I knew he was the one.
Amen. Amen. It's something about a praying man. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. I love it.
Yes.
And of course, we know the Bible say, "He that finds a girl." Look, Sabrina has taken the words out my mouth. A man that findeth a wife
Correct.
finds a great thing, not a good thing,
Correct.
a great thing. That is absolutely amazing. I'm
Yes.
excited about that, Sherry. And sometimes we do intimate ceremonies and then we go back and we do all of the fanfare. But the beautiful thing is that Christ was involved, that his hand
Yes.
was in everything that you guys are doing and that you will do. So I'm excited about that. And nothing like
Yes.
a praying man too.
Yes.
Because when you've done a certain thing and we do it our way, then we come back and God like, okay, now you ready to do it my way. And I think you said, was it Chris or Charles that gave you the advice?
Yeah, that was Charles.
Great advice. You know what I mean? Because sometimes we'll jump and we'll move and we'll do. And I took a very similar road, just kind of, stepping back after my divorce. And because sometimes you go through so much and you don't want to take the anger, the frustration, the bitterness into a new thing. And we need to decompress. So I don't know who that's for, because it might be a word for somebody. Don't be so quick to jump from one situation into another situation. Spend some time with God, spend some time with yourself, getting to know you, understanding what you need, what you are, and ask God, what am I not supposed to tolerate? What am I not supposed to get into? Don't go down a rabbit hole and then say, okay, Lord, come bless this thing. And he like, I ain't tell you to go down that rabbit hole. You're going to have to get yourself out of that rabbit hole. But I love that, Sherry. That is awesome and amazing. In addition to that, new marriage, new husband, you work in a salon that is actually, it's more gentlemen in the salon than women. How does that work?
This is the third place that I've worked in McDonough. And it was just, I don't know how I ended up in a barber suite, but it's been a blessing for me. The past shops where I, worked previous, to this one, I met great people. I'm still in contact with those, ladies. But again, when God has his timing, he moves you. Sometimes we don't understand. But when, you get situated and stable in that place, he reveals it and allow you to see why he moves you to those different locations and different areas in your life. When I first moved to Atlanta, I had a few male clients in Florida, but, I didn't take, doing, men and all that stuff, too serious when I was, back there. I just had a few.
Okay.
But since I've been here in Atlanta, God just opened that door.
Come on now.
And, he started me back then, and I didn't know he was grooming me for this, situation or this moment as of now. But I have just as many male clients, far as haircuts, dreads, all of that, now, than I did back, when I was in Florida. So I just thank God for that. And female barbers rock.
Hey, you better say it, girl. I see your post and I'm like, I told my husband, I'm like, babe, Sherry is like bomb. I'm like, look, and I've been in the barber suite, so I know it's an awesome experience. I enjoy spending time. One thing I really love about coming to see you, Sherry, is you don't overbook. That the time that you book for your clients is their time. So we do get to chat and talk and catch up, during that time, and just kind of fellowship and coming into a space that you can feel the presence of the Lord makes a whole difference, because it's a calming, despite what might be going on around. Your space is calm. Your space is anointed. So I tell God, thank you for what he's doing in your life and how your hands have been anointed and blessed. That is a beautiful thing.
Yes, it is. It is. I just have always been that person, even from Florida. I just never, all of my clients have been like family.
Okay.
I'm going to start that right there. I've always asked God to send me people that's on my level. Don't send me no fools that want to come in and complain all the time. I just don't have the space for that. So I ask God to order my steps, with my clients and send me the people that's on my level. And he's done just that. All of my clients I consider family. And I've always had that feeling of being overwhelmed when you have too many people at that moment, because you just can't focus on that one client. So I give everybody a space, even before COVID. I've always had that rule to just separate those clients to where they have my time. So I really just really allow myself to keep that going, when with my business. And it's worked so far, and I love it, and my clients love it.
That's when you really have faith in God, and you know that he's going to provide, he's going to sustain you, and you've seen him do it over and over. Because I see people do that when they're like, oh, I got to get it all, and God is like, you don't have to worry about that. Like you said, you prayed over your business, over your clients, so that you get the right clients. And as long as you do what you're going to do, you know what, it's going to work out. Like Sabrina just posted, clients love that intimacy. I know I do, because I enjoy being able to have conversation and not, we're not competing for time, and we can be as transparent as we need to be, because we are, when we have that time. A lot of people, when they go into salons and things of that nature, and they have a relationship with their barber or stylist, it's intimate, and it's almost like you're a therapist of sorts. So that's why it's a beautiful thing that God is involved in everything that you're doing. So that you ask God, hey Lord, don't let me say nothing to this person that I don't need to say. And Sherry, you said you were working at Napa, and then you transitioned to doing hair full time. How was that? Was that where it was just a time you knew you were ready? What was that transition like?
Well, when I first moved to Georgia, of course, it was new. It was a new move for me. Even though I did have family here, it still was a new move for me. And, I just had to get, planted and, get my clientele built up. Of course, if you have a business or own a business, you know that it takes time to build that clientele. And so that was one of the places where I got my start here in Georgia. I transitioned from that to Clayton County Water, and from there I actually I guess things happened with that particular job that moved me, and I think it was around the time the pandemic started. And when I left that particular job, it was unexpected, but God had another ram in the bush, to where he just kept me steady through the pandemic. It's really has been nonstop for me.
Awesome.
And when people were closing down, I was still going full force. Of course, I had the safety in check, but again, with me scheduling my clients 2 hours apart, or however much time apart, that helped with that transition as well, going through the pandemic stage. But, again, God is keeping me. I do have a second job where I help my cousin's law firm. It's Chester Law Firm here in Atlanta. He has 3 locations. And that's been a great, move for me as well. I'm a case manager with him. And it's a new year for him, and all I see is growth for both his business and my business. So I'm just excited.
I love, what? Let me tell you something, girl. It's nothing like being around entrepreneurs. We always, it's never just one thing. It's always something, because we totally understand. I see Diane posted, and Diane's from Miami too. Put yourself on cruise control and seek him in all you do. And when we do that, he will definitely always have that ram in the bush. He will always set things up, because you said something that struck me during the pandemic. You know, I'm always with multiple businesses. You know that
Mhm.
I still am an educator. People always say, "You still doing it?" I'm still an
Yes.
educator. But we're full time. We're real estate agents, and I just began to do mortgage and loan origination. So I'm excited about that. You know, passed all the tests and everything.
Yes. Congrats.
Yes, girl. Thank you, because it adds another depth and dimension
Yes.
to the business. But you know, when you said I'm doing this other thing as well, I noticed that God will align everything, and He'll make, when you say you don't have time, that means you've jumped into some stuff that He probably had no hand in. You're
Correct.
going the other way. But when it works out the way it's supposed to, He'll orchestrate that thing where everything aligns up and you won't have to worry about time. Because during pandemic, when I went to my tax lady, she said, you know, that year I made more money than I
Hmm.
had ever made. I'm talking about, and you know, a few years ago, what is this year? June will make 5 years. I left my job as a special ed director where I was making six figures,
Hmm.
and I still had something on the side. But in the pandemic,
Hmm.
when
Correct.
things were closing, when it was looking a whole different way, and one of my businesses was kind of on the downhill slope, I still in the midst of it all. So He'll take care of you. That's why I saw Diane say, put yourself on cruise control and watch Him work. You know, He will
Correct.
order our steps. He will, as my sister Shanita said, He will sustain us. We don't have to run out. You don't have to double book people. You can
Correct.
build, you can give the intimacy, and your business will flourish. You'll get the referrals. Look how you're serving and supporting your cousin, and how that's a family, a legacy that will be,
Yes, it is.
you know, that thing just, it works out. I love it. I love it. I love it. So in that, Sherry, you're working at the law firm. Was that something new for you, case management?
Yes, that was new for me, and again, it happened. It's funny how God just put things in order for you. We don't see it a lot of times when we going through. We are in that slump of forgetting to have faith sometimes.
Come on now.
But a lot of times God has have to put you back in that circle to see that it's Him that provides. So I
Mhm.
love the song by Tamla Mann, God provides, because He does. A lot of times we just have to sit and wait on God, to open things in our life to see where He's taken us. And that was something new for me. It happened, the transition from Clayton County with me, losing that position out there. I was excited, on time, all that good stuff. But, I didn't know what God had for me.
Yes.
And shortly after, I left Clayton County and just stayed home with my son with doing virtual school and going to the shop. you know, that opportunity came where, my cousin needed, that extra help, and I was there for him. Again, it's Chester Law Firm, just in case anybody need personal injury. But I love it. It was something new. I'm growing in it, and I love it, just as well as I love, the business that I have, which is, the hairstyling.
Absolutely. So let me just go ahead and put that across there. Chester Law Firm here in Georgia, personal injury. If you need anything, go ahead and reach out to Sherry, guys. I want you to follow her. So I put her Facebook information here and her IG. She's popping on IG. She gets on Facebook sometimes, but y'all follow my sister on IG at the
Correct.
Image Shaper. And she is truly, I mean, Sherry, you do it all. You're barbering, you do natural hair, you do braids, you're doing sewing, you do everything. She has the
Correct.
whole gamut. So y'all support my sister. She
I
right
do.
here in Locust Grove, or in McDonough, I should say, because what is that, exit 216?
216.
216. She is right here, y'all, around the corner from a sister. I mean,
Yes.
go ahead, but don't try to think you're gonna walk in tomorrow. You got to book your appointment, because her
Correct.
clients love her. They are
Correct.
truly like family, and she takes care of them. So please come in and support my sister. She is a beautiful spirit and soul. As you can see,
Thank
you are
you.
definitely gonna get a word. You're
Thank
definitely
you.
gonna
Thank
get a
you.
word. Sherry, we are already at the top of the hour. I want to ask you a question that sometimes I think about and reflect on. If you could go back and tell your younger self something, that you've learned now, what would that thing be?
Um, I would guess. Well, my mom brought us up in church, so I always had that knowledge of Christ. But we don't always know the complete goodness of Christ.
Come on now.
And just to trust Him and have that faith, that He's going to work, all your situations out. I think that would be, my main thing that I would actually tell myself is just, hold on and just trust God to just guide your life and have that control over your life. And, it's just, I'm just excited, just to see where I was and to where I am now. He's brought people from the north, south, east, and west, like my mom prayed over me. And it's just been a fun ride, and I'm eager to see where God takes all of us.
Amen. Mm-hmm. Thank you. That's critical, and I've seen in the chat many people put motivation and we never know how our story is gonna inspire or encourage somebody, no matter how small or large of a piece of it that we share. But I know people on the other side, they're like, this is motivation. I'm staying focused, because people are afraid to jump out there. And sometimes we've been afraid, and that's why God will push us out.
Yes.
And He's like, I've already told you, you're not going to work for nobody for your entire life. You might serve and support some folks, but I said you're going to do this. And sometimes we're like, okay, we're going to do it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a little bit over here and I'm going to jump over there. And God is like, nope, I'm going to be just like the eagle. I'm going to push you out the nest. And guess what?
Yes.
You're going to fly.
Yeah, and every time. Yep, every time I, went to another level, God had to push me out. I was in different, salons, and I was at each salon. I'm not a person that likes to move. But, in each of those situations, He pushed me out of that comfort zone and took me to a whole nother level. Like in Florida, I had my own salon. And, when it was time for me to relocate to Atlanta, He had to push me and transition me to new and better things. And, I just thank Him for it. And I'm just, like I said, eager to see what He has, in my next chapter. So, of course, I got this new marriage going on and new business ventures, and I'm just excited.
Good. I'm excited too. Sherry, again, I want to thank you for coming on this morning and blessing us, with your story and just your positive energy. I always love chatting with you and spending time with you when we do get to spend some time. So I look forward to us doing some things together in the future. And I just thank you, my sister, for tuning in. And
you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Thank
you for having me.
All right, family. Good morning. Good morning, y'all. Was it a good morning or what? Did we kick that thing off? My sister was the bomb. Come on now. So in the chat, go ahead and show Sherry some love. And I just want to once again put her information so you can follow her. Again, on Facebook, she's at Sherry Chester, and on IG, which is where she's most prominent, at the Image Shaper. So go ahead. Yes, I know she was clear motivation for quite a few of us. God will definitely have to push some of us out. And I see Diane saying, yes, we needed to hear those things. And Christy, and if you don't move, He'll make you. Christy said He broke her leg, but hey, He moved her to a whole nother level. Won't He do it every single time? So guys, that is what we have for you this morning on Wisdom Wednesday. I know you were blessed by my sister. Again, that is Mrs. the former Sherry Chester, Mrs. Sherry Mike. Yes, newlywed. So we definitely pray over their union and all that she is touching, all of her endeavors. We thank you, Sherry, again for tuning in with us. And guys, I will be seeing you on Friday for Freedom Friday. So be blessed. Have a fantastic day. I love each and every one of you, and take care.